Well, Brandon here. Welcome to this week's Bushel Up. In the office this morning, kind of looking through some late test plot results, some hybrid information, just starting to think about next year. And we want to talk about the four foundational steps. Step one of the owner's acres process is foundation. And we spent a lot of time talking about the importance of a grid soil sample, knowing your baseline, knowing if you have any holes in your program, if we have any weak spots fertility-wise that we need to address. That's the biggest part of the foundation, understanding what we have to work with in our soils from a nutrient standpoint. One of the second parts that we look at this time of the year, obviously, is the seed guys. The seed guys are coming around. You're getting your seed guides. You're getting your test plot information, and we want to make sure we take time and do a good job selecting hybrids for next year. I know that's a big process. A lot of times we're all excited about, what one plots, what's the new hybrids, what's the exciting stuff. I actually start with what are the things that have performed consistently. When I can work with a hybrid for 2 or 3 years, I definitely understand its management, I understand its strengths, if it has any weaknesses and how I need to work around that with a hybrid, whether it be fungicide applications, in-furrow fungicide, and insecticides. Those are all very important things. So I always like to see half a farm go to proven hybrids. 50% of your acres should be spent on stuff that and you've had experience with, that has treated you well in the past. Even though there may be new hybrids that outperform those in a given year, find those consistently performing hybrids that are in that top third and have done well on your farm. Every farm is different. Your management practices are all different from grower to grower, and you'll get different responses based on your management. We see that in our Prairie Valley test plots all the time. The level of management often influences which hybrids win and lose. And we spent a lot of time this year looking at, what was the management? Was there an in-furrow fungicide? Was there what foliar fungicides got sprayed? What insecticide? What in-furrow program? All those things matter when you're selecting hybrids. So make sure you're digging into the weeds a little bit on that stuff and understand your management. Every grower is different. Look in the mirror. It's okay. If you don't want to harvest early, then you got to match your maturities up. If you don't like going out at 20 moisture corn, you're going to let it field dry. You're going to have to look at more of the agronomic-based hybrids. If you're willing to go early, and spray fungicides, then we can go after some of the higher-end hybrids, but understand that they perform well when they have the management to go with them, and we see that all the time. So the other thing about understanding fertility is I'm a big fan of, you got to understand what population to plant at. A lot of times the seed guy or the seed guide will give you a range, 30 to 33, medium, high, low. What's that mean? Well, if I've got good fertility, I've got good water, and I'm willing to manage, I'm going to push to the high side. We've gone as high as 48,000 at owner's acres. This year we did some 42,000, but we understood that we were going to manage accordingly. And so if you're willing to do that, you can push those envelopes. If not, stay to that lower side. Not every farm is owned. Maybe you have a rented farm or a farm you took over that the fertility is not as good. Stay to that lower side. So there's a lot of things that go into that seed decision making. Make sure you're taking your time. I know sometimes there's deadlines and we feel rushed and we got to hurry up and get those early order discounts. But make sure you always come back and review those hybrids a couple times through the winter. Match them up to what your management is. Don't forget the good old boys, the ones that have performed for you. Don't throw the old hybrids out too soon. Even though seed companies love to rotate hybrids, that's kind of one of my pet peeves. I love that they bring us new stuff, better performing stuff, but don't jump on that bandwagon too soon. Understand the management process behind them.